Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going on a pretty epic journey, one that spans billions of years, all to uncover the incredible life story of a star, and, more importantly, how its death is the very reason you and I are here today.
You've probably heard this famous line from the great astronomer Carl Sagan. We are star stuff. It's a really beautiful thought, right? But what does it actually mean for you, for me, in our day-to-day lives?
Well, to really get it, to really feel it, we need to follow the entire life story of a star, one that's a lot like our very own sun, from its fiery birth all the way to its beautiful, creative end.
So where does our cosmic story even begin? Well, it doesn't start with a big bang, but more like a whisper. It all starts long before any stars exist, deep inside these vast, gorgeous clouds floating around in space.
Everything kicks off right here, in what we call a nebula. The best way to think about it is like a cosmic nursery, just this giant, swirling cloud of gas and dust. It's where all the building blocks for future stars and planets are just kind of hanging out, waiting for gravity to do its thing.
Okay, so you have this huge cloud of stuff. How in the world does that become a shining star? Well, it's a super dramatic process, all driven by gravity, insane pressure, and incredible heat. Let's break down exactly how it happens.
All right, this right here is basically our roadmap for the whole journey. We're starting in that stellar nebula, which we just talked about. From there, a star is born and enters its super long stable adulthood, the main sequence. Then, things get wild when it balloons into a red giant. After that, it gently puffs off its outer layers, creating a planetary nebula. And what's left behind is this tiny, dense core called a white dwarf.
So this is how it all goes down. It starts when gravity grabs onto a clump of that gas and dust and starts pulling it all together. As it collapses, it spins faster and faster, gets hotter and hotter, and forms this glowing baby star that we call a protostar. But here's where the real magic happens. When the pressure and the temperature in the core hit millions of degrees, bam, nuclear fusion ignites. That's the moment hydrogen atoms start getting smashed together to create helium, releasing a truly ridiculous amount of energy. And that's it. That's the moment a star is officially born and switches on.
So, after all that drama of being born, our new star finally settles down into the longest, most stable part of its entire life. We call it the main sequence. This is basically the star's adulthood, and it's exactly where our own sun is right now. And when I say long, I mean long. A star like our sun will hang out in this phase for about 10 billion years. For all that time, it's just a steady, reliable engine, calmly fusing hydrogen into helium in its core and bathing all its planets, including us, in light and warmth.
But here's the catch. A star's lifespan is completely determined by how massive it is. You see, low-mass stars, they're the marathon runners of the universe. They sip their fuel really slowly, and they can shine for 100 billion years or even more. But the high-mass stars, they're the sprinters. They live fast and die young. They burn through their fuel like there's no tomorrow, shining incredibly brightly, which leads to a much shorter and way more spectacular life.
But, nothing lasts forever. After billions and billions of stable years, that hydrogen fuel in the star's core starts to run out. And that triggers a huge, dramatic transformation. It's the beginning of the end.
And the scale of this change is just hard to wrap your head around. With its main fuel gone, the core collapses on itself and gets even hotter. This new wave of heat pushes the star's outer layers to expand like crazy. Our own sun is going to swell up into a red giant, and it will become so big it's going to swallow Mercury, Venus, and probably Earth too.
But the star's final act isn't just about destruction. It's actually a moment of creation. It's this beautiful cosmic finale where it recycles its material back into the universe and leaves behind a really stunning legacy.
So as the red giant phase ends, the star's grip on its own bloated outer layers gets pretty weak. They just sort of gently drift away into space, creating this gorgeous glowing shell of gas called a planetary nebula. And a quick fun fact, it has absolutely nothing to do with planets. Early astronomers just thought they looked round like planets through their little telescopes, and the name just stuck.
And right there, at the center of that beautiful, dispersing cloud, what's left is the star's core. It's a small, incredibly hot, super dense object we call a white dwarf. It's not generating any new energy. It's basically the ghost of the star that once was, and it will spend the rest of eternity just slowly cooling down and fading away.
And this right here brings us right back to the beginning. That planetary nebula, it scatters all the heavier elements the star created.
things like carbon, oxygen, iron, out into the galaxy. This cosmic dust enriches other gas clouds, giving them the raw ingredients for the next generation of stars, planets, and eventually, life. I mean, just think about that. Every single atom of iron in your blood was forged in the heart of a star that lived and died long before our solar system ever existed.
So this is really the ultimate takeaway. We are the living, breathing proof of this amazing cosmic cycle of death and rebirth. We really are star stuff, made from the ashes of long-dead stars. And that leaves us with this one last kind of mind-blowing question. Billions of years from now, when our own sun reaches its end, what new life, what new worlds will be built from its atoms?